Welcome to Tamkeen Platform. Today, we will talk about how you develop your speaking skills. First of all, if you live in an English-speaking community, then no problem, because you will be using the language automatically. Now, the problem is if you live in a non-English speaking community where your chances to speak the language are less and you don't have people to talk to in English. I hope I can deliver some tips that can help you go with your English speaking to the next level. The first tip is simply take a conversation class. This is very popular and so many people did this and they could record real progress. Now this is helpful for you for two reasons. The first reason is you have more chances to use the language. You have more people where you find yourself, you practice English with, and the trainer himself will be pushing you to use the language inside the classroom. Now, as for the second point, you will be able to use the vocabulary that you already know or the vocabulary that you will have throughout the class, which means you put your vocabulary into real practice inside the classroom. It's in a way or another a way to find or to create your English world inside the room. Having said so, I have to mention that there is one concern about taking a conversation class, which is the number of students. So, for example, if the number of students is a bit high, then your chances to practice will get lower, which means that you will not have enough or sufficient time to have the output that you are looking forward to achieving. Now, this brings us to the second tip, which is watch English movies and listen to English songs. Now, this is again very useful for two reasons. The first one is you will get English indirectly and subconsciously into your mind. What I mean by this is you will be automatically exposing yourself to the language without going through the classical methods. Now, the second thing is you will increase the range of your vocabulary. And for example, you might just go through a movie and first time you watch with a subtitle and then the second time without subtitle, or vice versa. You might choose to watch the first time with no subtitle and then the second time you go with subtitle, and then the outcome will be like so much vocabulary added into your vocabulary list. Here, I have to highlight a very important point, which is you never ever watch while using your own language subtitle. Like for example, if you speak Arabic, you never ever use the Arabic subtitle, or you speak Spanish, you never ever use Spanish subtitle, and so on. Now, after watching, you might go back to the vocabulary that you already got out of the movie, and then you add them to your already daily life, and you start practicing them in your daily activities. Now, the third tip is create your own world of English. What I mean by this is just try to practice English as much as you can. So talk to your friends in English, create your own English community, even at home, even at work. So try to practice as much English as possible. This will, in a way or another, directly or indirectly, take you to the next level. Now you might tell me, what if people do not speak English? I mean, the people around you. Right, this really matters. However, it's only a point for you to practice, all right? And believe me, people will be very happy just to watch you, all right, or to listen to you speaking in English. Plus, this might be a motivator for them to go on and learn English. And once again, think of it, when you try to practice English in your daily activities, much oftentimes you'll find yourself in need for a certain word, for example. And then you say, then okay, what the meaning of that word? And then you put more efforts to remember that word or to recall that word and put it into practice. Another thing that you might do in creating your English world is to read in English, to write in English, to communicate in English, and even to post English signs all over your room. The point is, you simply expose yourself to as much English as you can. And remember, you live in a non-English speaking community, so you have to just do your own tricks, right? Now, the final tip is, all right, I want you just to try the mirror technique. And the point here is you simply go and just stand before a mirror and start talking to yourself in English. Like, for example, hello, today I will be talking about my childhood. And here you find yourself obliged to use simple past, for example. Or you might say, hello, today I will talk about my future plans. And here you find yourself forced to use English on the future. So the point is, this will be a combination of grammar, vocabulary, and speaking. Plus, you might just be, all right, freer or more comfortable since there will be no people judging you or criticizing you, all right, and so on. Now, part of this is to try to videotape yourself in English. Just try to film, all right, yourself while performing in English, and then later on, you just go to the video, all right, and watch yourself. And believe me, this is gonna be very important because it will help you highlight your strengths and weaknesses. So say, aha, look, I speak really well at this point, and here I need more work, I need more action points in that area. So the point is, all right, you just have more self-assessment, all right, and you discover, you explore about your areas of strengths and your areas of weaknesses. Now, these are 4 tips for you that I hope you find useful and beneficial and can make real difference in your English and take you to the next level. Thank you so much.